I've been to more funerals than I've been to marriages.
The perception of marriage, you're not married, then you are, let's just say, deemed as less successful in a sense.
When you start making money and you have the things, there's gonna be other women. They see what you have, and not only they see what you have, they see how you treat your partner, and they want that.
So if she made you feel a certain way, would you express that to her?
Oh, no, I go silent.
And that could be a problem.
You have conversations with other people before you have the conversations with me, because based on your relationship with other people, they're going to tell you what you want to hear.
Well, I'm working on communicating in a better way, especially when something's bothering me, letting her know. That's why I say you gotta let them know when something's bothering you, that either she did or even I did, and hearing her, seeing her. Like, women want to be seen.
But having time freedom and financial freedom at the same time, that's real freedom for me. And that's what I'm looking for.
But I have to, sacrifice. Yeah. That's the word, sacrifice. Mm-hmm. So she can live her dreams, live her aspirations, And I think that's the thing that's not really spoken about.
No, but seriously, my wife, she absolutely changed everything in my world. I tell her all the time, she taught me how to become a man.
You made me a father. You made me a husband. You showed me how to be a man more than my own father ever did.
But she's been really, really patient with me because of my upbringing and my lack of my ability to even share how I feel. And I've been growing because of her patience and her saying, okay, well, it's okay. Just trying to make it a safe space for me. And you are a superhero. So love you, honey. I was trying to cry. All right, welcome. We are here. Let me see the chat. Let me know where y'all from in the chat. I need to see that. If you are in Atlanta, I think you all will be able to resonate with this conversation. If you're not in Atlanta, I think you'll be able to resonate with this conversation. I believe dating and marriage looks different depending on where you live geographically. What y'all think? Maybe?
Absolutely.
Dating and marriage looks different, but depending?
Dating, I don't know about, I wouldn't say marriage, but yeah, dating for sure.
Marriage doesn't look different depending on where you're at?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know enough to know.
All right.
I mean,
all these safe answers. Everybody on pins and needles.
I mean, marriage is like, why would it look different depending on location? Dating for sure.
Because there's a lot more factors at play. Okay, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in South Carolina.
What part?
Seneca.
There's about 12 people in that whole city.
Absolutely.
Right? So in Seneca, what does the average married couple's life look like?
Poverty, for sure. Not goal driven. You kind of just going through the motions because this what you were told that you had to do. For the people who are married.
What do you mean you were told is what you have to do?
It's these stigma or it's the perception of marriage that people try to follow. Oh, I got married because my parents were married. I got to kind of follow this tradition. If you're not married, then you are, let's just say, deemed as less successful in a sense. So if you come from a family
in a small town, marriage is that equates to success, like
for sure. In a small town, for sure.
That's interesting.
For sure,
yeah. It's not like that in Atlanta, JD.
Okay, it ain't like that in the Bronx either.
It's not a part of like so small. That's what I'm saying. Depending on where you're at,
that makes sense.
Whether it's a small town, like inner city, right? So where are you from?
I'm from a place called Greenburgh, New York.
What's it like over there?
It's pretty dope. I mean, we got some legends over there. The founders of Earning Allegiance from Greenburgh, New York.
That's a fact.
Shout out to that. But Greenburgh's a small town, but very friendly. We all like stick together and know each other, and like my childhood friends are still my friends to this day. So it's a dope place. It's a dope place to.
What is marriage like?
I didn't grow up like marriage in front of my face. I'll tell you that much. So I didn't really understand what marriage was. Like I remember when my brother proposed to his now wife, she ran up the stairs crying and says, I said yes, and I didn't even know what it meant. I was only like 12, 13 years old, but I didn't even know what it meant. You know what I'm saying? So, because it just wasn't, my mother wasn't married, so I grew up in a single parent family household. So and then my oldest brother got married, And that was like the first wedding I've ever been to. I've been to more funerals than I've been to marriages.
How
Weddings.
old were you when you went to this wedding?
1995. So I was 13.
She was 13, went to your first wedding.
Mm-hmm.
You went to a lot of weddings after that, though.
I wouldn't say that. I probably went to I was in maybe 2 weddings and I went to 10 weddings maybe.
10 total. That's a lot. That's more weddings than I've been in.
I mean, I'm 43 years old. So I mean, it's been, I still, the only two, my oldest brother got married first, then my next brother. Then I waited a long time for my other brother to get married. He said, I don't think marriage was on the table for him. He was, he liked being outside. So I said, all right, I can't be outside too much longer, man. Are you gonna get married or not? And then I finally, the good thing about me is what a lot of people don't do. They get married too early, and at least I was able to experience a life where I didn't feel like I was missing out. Like I remember one relationship where I could have got married because it was my longest relationship. I was like 30 years old. But I always felt like I was missing out. I started making money. I was getting money. I was and then I'm in this relationship. I can't play the streets. I just see. So it was just like my first, and I felt like I was missing out. So this time around, I got like a good 10 years, to.
Hold on. Were you saying you were married before?
No, that was a relationship that I never proposed, but I bought a ring. I was gonna get married. It was like my, that was like my serious relationship.
Got you. But you balked at it kind of because
I felt like I was doing it for the wrong reasons.
What was the reason?
Because it was the thing to do, and I was I was doing it because of society and not because I wanted to do it. Yeah.
So you had some time in. JD, how old are you right now?
41.
You're 41. You're together with your wife, married 3, together for 12 total.
12 years. Yeah.
Which means you were 29 when you got married. Is that right?
I think you're doing math a lot wrong.
No, I mean 29 when you met your wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Person, yeah.
And were you all monogamous as soon as y'all got together?
Yeah, pretty much.
What, Mike?
Yeah.
This guy here, boy.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying because
Right out
you
the
meet
gate.
somebody and you know how you could be dating on and off for a little while and.
Well, kind of. I would say kind of. I met my wife in a club, number one. Right. So I met her in a club.
Tell the story.
Yes.
I mean, she was seeking me. She was seeking me.
Seeking you.
Yeah, I thought I met her in the club, but I think she gonna tell it different. But I know she came there for me. Here's why, and I'm gonna make it quick.
Okay.
We in the club. DJ Self is he's
New York.
DJing.
That's New
Yeah,
York.
I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx. We in BB Kings.
Oh, BB Kings.
BB Kings. And they do something when they bring the girls to the stage and they dancing and I'm sitting at VIP on the seat, on the top of the seat. My wife's sitting behind me. We back to back. And then we look over, she make a comment, I make a comment, and we just start giggling, start talking. Long story short is I get to the point where we just kind of, conversing. And I'm like, all right, cool, let me get your social media. So I give her the phone.
MySpace?
It's still, this is still Instagram. It's still Instagram.
Instagram.
But the whole point is she already got me locked in. I'm like, oh, you following me already.
This is a play.
So this is a play. This is the. I said, oh, in my head, I'm like, oh, you knew what you was coming for, and you sat right behind me. She had a game plan. So I met my wife that day.
Maybe.
Nah, she had a game plan. Come on. You followed me, and I used to do events. I used to do parties and stuff, and we was doing a bus trip to a water park. So her and her friend was supposed to come. So when she sat next to me, she knew who she was sitting next to. I had no idea what she was at the time.
She knew who she was.
She came. She know she came for it. She got it, man. She
She
did really good, man. I mean,
Jada, she could have just sat down and you happen to be next to her, bro. I follow people all the time where somebody's like, yo, so and so. I'm like, I don't know, and then I'll see and we're following each other.
But he's a promoter.
she knew
so
what was going on.
He was popping. He was popping, so
Michael know what I'm talking about. I mean,
she got on a trip because she wanted to get closer to him.
Yeah,
he was popping.
It was well played, though. It was well played.
But
she ain't gonna tell it that way.
What would she say?
She would say that, she said her friend told her about the trip and they was gonna go, but she didn't know me, and that's the only reason she was following me because of the trip. I mean, I hear her. Necessarily,
Two things could be true.
And she's been holding on to this story for the last 12 years.
2 things could be true. But I'm gonna go with the one thing.
Okay.
She came there for a reason. Well played.
So when
years later.
When you met her,
mm-hmm.
how did it play out after that day?
So after that day, we was on. Now we was like commenting, little cute comments on Instagram back and forth. It actually took us 6 months from that day to meet, and then we ended up meeting on a first date. I took her on a date right to this spot called Mother Burger. I don't know if y'all know.
That's in the Bronx?
Nah, it's in Manhattan on 49th Street. And in there, here's why I took her there. They had $3 margaritas. So this is working, JD. This is me. I got a job.
Where's working at?
So I was working for a company called ACS, working with abused and neglected children. So doing social work. So we meet her, and I'm like, hey, listen, I always told my friends, we gonna go and see. We want to make sure she ain't here. I mean, I ain't really have no money. I thought I did. But I'm like, we gonna go get these $3 margaritas. You know, it's a great date. First date,
did you say it to her like that? Let's go get these $3 margaritas?
No, absolutely not.
You're just like,
let's go on a date, let's go have a drink. But I chose this spot because I knew I'm like $3 margaritas. We should don't get about $3. It's about $9. You know, I'm nodding. You know what I'm saying? Start getting comfortable. Maybe she want a quesadilla or something.
Yeah.
$20. But here's a crazy part. On that date, I was in network marketing too. One of my guys on my team called me. And I asked, I said, hey, you my friend come? She was like, nah. So he comes and he brings somebody, a prospect. And I do a whole presentation, first date, network marketing. She just sitting there confused. I do a whole, like
trying to sell her?
Not her. I was selling
He was recruiting.
I was recruiting somebody else. So I'm on a date with my wife. One of the guys on my team comes with another lady, and I do a whole presentation. My wife just sipping on a margarita, like.
And this is the first date.
Very first date.
That's crazy.
Well, the whole planned out thing kind of makes sense, and she was just waiting, trying to. All right, let me just wait till this is over.
Come on, so I mean,
she knows.
But I think you was low key probably trying to recruit her too, because I know how network marketing works. Like,
I wasn't. You know what's crazy? I wasn't even thinking about that though. I actually liked her. I thought she was beautiful.
You wanted her to sign up.
Yeah. No, I didn't care if she signed up. She didn't sign up to I didn't even ask her to sign up to probably a few months later. Yeah. But I knew she would see man, this dude driven, you know, he out here trying to do, I'm like, it's gonna go one or two ways. And she's gonna look at me like, man, he about his business. He got something going on. He trying to do something, or she gonna be like, oh, I don't really like this. And if it was the case, I would have been cool with it. Whatever. Because I was so focused on what I was doing. I was so focused on network marketing. If she wouldn't have been receptive to that of what the journey that I was on, then I was I was cool with it. That was my first date anyway. So
I love it. So we meet 6 months later, and then we're first date, and then how did it go after that?
She said literally as she's leaving to go to her train, I'm going to my train. She looks back and she goes, "Don't let it be another 6 months." You know what happened, though, right? It's another 6 months.
Really?
Again. Yeah.
Wow.
I was fresh out of I was literally going through the breakup with the mother of my daughter. So for me, I got a time, I'm partying now. I'm like, man, I'm like, all right, cool. But I'm still partying, whatever. But then 6 months later on her birthday, I went to her birthday party, and then we actually went out and ate.
So y'all are still talking, communicating?
Yeah, just
get together.
Instagram, just
Got it.
Still commenting. She was like, I said, don't let it be another 6 months. But then from that point on her birthday, that day, then we never separated. Literally, we moved in 6 months. 6 months after that, we was living together.
Wow.
Yeah,
y'all was moving 6 months, don't it? 6
yeah,
months.
6 months. 6 months interviews. Yeah.
Incredible. Dub, you have been married for
going on 7 years.
Going on 7 years. Together, how long?
2009. So additional 10 years. So 17 years. We met in college.
Tell me the story.
South Carolina State, Claflin. If you know anything about that, for my people from South Carolina, it's completely different. It's only a fence that's separating us. Claflin is a Christian school. South Carolina State is the Bulldogs.
Okay.
So it was, my wife gonna kill me for telling this story. If you went to state and you got you a female from Claflin, it's like hitting the lottery almost.
Really?
Yes.
But that was the school with the money or something?
No, it was a Christian school.
Oh.
So, and only the thing that separates these two schools are a fence. So
why was they so desired? I mean, who wants the y'all would look at oh man,
because it was church girls?
Uppity or something.
Exactly.
Because they're the wildest ones, or
no, because they're not as wild.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I mean, you never know.
Yeah. So yeah, we
Christian
met.
girls, boy.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I've been hearing some things about church girls. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a Christian school. It was a Christian
that's what
school.
I'm saying.
Christian school.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so that's how we met. We met through a mutual friend that I had went to high school with, good friend of the family, and she became friends with my wife at the time, and kind of like, hey, you should go over here and meet this guy because I seen her on Facebook. She had, I was like, hey, who's your friend? Like, introduce us. And then she made that connection, and she came over. They were supposed to come and play spades, and everybody in this room is gonna judge me. I say, bring her over here. I don't know how to play spades to this day.
All right, let's move along. I don't want to get upset.
I don't either,
okay?
bro.
I don't want you to get upset.
I don't know how to play no spades.
You don't play spades?
At all. I play some Monopoly. Where I grew up at, we played blackjack for money.
I get with you on this Monopoly, though.
Oh, you don't want no problems.
It's too many fake black people.
Listen to
there.
Spades take too long.
Yo, I've never met so many black men that never played spades before.
It's
in Atlanta.
interesting.
In
I
Atlanta.
I
It's
play
Atlanta.
blackjack. We play
And
blackjack for money.
you're from New York. That's poor, brother.
It take too long.
You making New York look bad.
It take too long. Like,
Yeah.
What you mean?
How does it take
you
too
can-
well, blackjack in one hand. We playing for money. Blackjack. That's how I grew up playing. Anything that I said, this game take too long. You had $4, 3 impossibles. Y'all yelling at each other, throwing cards at each other.
Right.
Outside in the. I mean, they always played. I was just like, I don't want no parts of that.
Oh my gosh! All right, so you don't play spades.
Mm-hmm.
Does she play spades?
Yes, she did religiously.
Oh yeah,
Like her family and spades is like that makes me not want to play the way that they play. No, seriously. It's like, why is this so serious? Like the people that do play spades, like, why is this so?
But you never was like wanted to learn at all.
No. The way that I seen people act from, listen, this is a game.
Nah, it's not.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
His whole face switched up. It's not. It's not a game.
All right, so tell me what happened that night.
So she come over and then they think that we're gonna play spades, and I'm like, what's your name? I'm trying to shoot my shot, and she's looking at my high school friend, and she's like, why did you bring me over? Like, they're not playing spades over there. You see what I'm saying? So that's literally how we met.
Bro, I ain't gonna hold you, man. We gotta get together, bro.
Yeah.
We friends instantly right now.
Yeah. So that's kind of like how it started, and then it was. I was scared to get denied at first, if that makes sense. So she was saying like what are we doing? Yeah. And I would say, I mess with you the long way. And she was like, what does that mean? I didn't want to say that you was my girlfriend, because if she said I'm not, now I'm completely embarrassed. Yeah. Right? As a college student, nah, if I'm gonna claim you, you mine. So
this one day?
No, this was probably over time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe a few months, because she used to still come to the house, because
just not to play spades.
Just not to play spades. Just come over there, converse. He's like, get back over here. The conversation was good, right?
You gotta invite her to a spades night though, bro. Y'all gotta come to a spades night.
Got you. So yeah, and then from there, we just stayed at it. She done my homework for me. She's the reason why I graduated from college.
Oh, wow.
And
That's dope.
yeah, she
Incredible.
literally done my work for me so I can graduate.
So when she want half,
Oh yeah,
she
she
was shooting in the gym. She was
shooting. And let me ask you this though, for the people that become successful, because I think our 3 stories are, we went through the mud and grew together, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you had money when you met your wife, but I didn't have any money. She was the breadwinner. Since we both in college, of course.
Really?
But yeah, she was working a job. I'm engaging in legal activities. Conversation for another day, of course. And we grew together. So I can't imagine what it's like in this current social media climate, trying to find a wife or a husband with the perception that's painted online.
Yeah, for sure.
So I couldn't imagine this. Once again, this is 2009.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine nowadays what it's like trying to find the right one that really wants to build with you and establish something.
Man.
Mike?
You that 2 years. You said two
Yeah.
2 years.
Well, I mean, I think it is hard to date now because you have so much access to the world. Like even going to high school and college, Facebook wasn't even there. You know, where it's so much easier to hit a girl in the DM versus go up to like if I see her in class, I can hit her in the DM. Like these kids are just they don't
walk up
they
to
don't
the
even,
human being.
You have access to
like
everybody. It's just hard. It's hard. It's hard dating. You know.
So I mean, look, you met your wife 4 years ago, married 2 years. We got a couple kids. We got our kid's birthday is around the same time.
Yeah.
How did it happen?
Well, I actually found her on Instagram, and I'm still old school dude. I don't hit women in the DM. Never have, never will. And obviously I'm married now, so I'm out the game. But I seen her on Mr. 2 Weeks Out's Instagram, and she was just dope. Like, she looked dope, and she was, educating the people. She, had her little videos looking all sexy, but, she got you, pulled you in, with sex appeal. But then when she opened her mouth, she actually said some valuable stuff. So, my thing was to, put her on Earn Your Leisure. I wanted her on Earn Your Leisure. And we never spoke about Forex in that way. You know what I'm saying? We had Justin come on when he was in that space, but he didn't really talk about the trading aspect of it. And she was the only person I've ever heard talk about actually trading Forex.
That was your move.
That was it. So, and that's really what I was in a relationship when I first seen her, so that was my interest. But, obviously she's attractive or whatnot.
Like, if she was 10 times as dope on Forex as she is now, and she wasn't who she is, you wouldn't be like, yo, let's get you on Earn Your Leisure. You wouldn't do that. That was your move, bro.
My first goal was to get on Earn Your Leisure. That was my first goal, so we can empower the people in
It's a good play.
Bro, he didn't say, yo, you didn't look at Instagram like, oh my gosh, I got to get on Earn Your Leisure. You're like, yo, this is a vibe. My way in is I'm going to make the invitation.
But that's a big play right there.
That's a good play.
That's for sure. That's dominant play.
Don't act like it's not a play.
Anybody singling
he plays spades.
Earn Your Leisure, they're really good. So then like maybe like 6 months down the line, we had that 6 months thing. You know what I'm saying? 6 months.
I don't know.
We had an event.
Oh, that's okay. If y'all learn to try to get the formula, 6 months. Okay, that's the vibe.
I don't know what it is, but 6 months.
6, 7 maybe.
And then I met her. I actually seen her in real life at our networking event. So she came to our networking event. It's probably there for like 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes. And I seen her come in. I said, I text the group. I say, yo, she's off limits.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Flag play.
Yes, I did.
And I said, Shotty, I'm behind the scenes, but I said, Shotty, you gotta say something dope about me on stage. Send me something dope. You know what I'm saying? Gas me up. You know what I'm saying?
Did he do it?
Yeah. But the crazy thing is,
this is a true story.
100% true. 100% true. And then at the moment, this is live. I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm actually in a relationship, and my ex-girlfriend's at the spot.
Oh my God.
But when you're in a relationship, it's not gonna. It's just. It was just that was a season that I needed and that she needed to go to the next season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and we live. Damn. I'm glad you
say something dope about me on stage. Just wow.
That's a good move, though.
So, he did that, whatever. And then I seen her leaving, and she's going up the steps, and I kind of like pull her hand. I'm like, yo, where you going? I said, I'm leaving. So, you know who I am? She says, and I said my favorite line. I said, yo, I'm going to change your life. That's what I said to her, right? Take my contact, and I'm going to change your life. That's all I said. She took my contact. And then that's kind of like how we met. But I still was being respectful because I was in a relationship. She came on to me. I never came on to her.
What are you talking about, Mike?
100%.
Bro, if we're all following the story.
I agree.
Yeah. The thing is, you gotta.
Bro, she's walking away. You grab her hand and say, I say, where you going?
Where you going?
And I'm going to change your life.
Yeah, I did.
So what's the she
business
came on
first.
to me part?
Yeah, where's that?
What's that playing?
What
you said? She came on to me. So
all right, so we're gonna go into all right. So technically, I said change like whatever. We met for the first time as a business meeting. Because what was the first thing I said? I wanted to get her on Earn Your Leisure.
Okay,
that was the first thing. So I met her at Papacitos. We talked about the business and talked about how we gonna grow her business and figure all this out. And that's what we did. And we first started on business. So the first 3 meetups was all about business. Then that third meetup is when she said, and I just kind of told her about, me and my girl broke up. She was talking about that, like, because we was on the ends with that relationship. And I told her, we broke up, So I guess she didn't want this great prospect to be out on the streets and on the market. Mm-hmm. So once I told her that, like the next time we met up, I guess in her mind, she was like, I'm not gonna let this opportunity go. Because this is a dope catch.
I believe you.
So I walked. I walked to my car. I'm about to walk to my car. She said, "Let me walk with you." And she never walks with me in my car. I walk to her car, and then she comes to my car, sits down, and she says, "I really like you. I want to see where this can go." That's a fact.
This is I hope you pay attention to this.
It's a fact.
Because the ladies are seeking them.
Especially she's from Decatur, Atlanta, a southern peach.
Here's my thing though. Here's the only thing about this story. We don't know what type of shots you was shooting or vibes you was giving during these 3 meetings. For one, I tell you, I'm going to change your life. And then you like randomly talk about, yeah, me and my girl.
Well, look at it. I met her, right? And then she didn't understand like business the way I understand business. She really is just a trader. She loves to trade, and she was just trading. That's all she was doing, right? She didn't know, like, she was doing a free class every single week, had thousands of people on that class every single week, not trying to monetize it, nothing. She had no course. She had no business structure. I created all those structures for her. She's made millions and millions of dollars in the first 2 months of me meeting with her. Did I change her life?
You 100% change your life.
Like, you know her before I know her. Look at her before I came in the picture. Look at her now.
No. I'm not doubting that you changed your life. I'm thinking in these meetings.
Before the personal aspect, business aspect, I said I was in change. I know gaps. When I see somebody, I know gaps. And that she was the gap missing from Earn Your Leisure. She was, and by me putting on Earn Your Leisure and letting the world know about what you can do with this Forex thing and trading, not that network marketing thing. No offense to network marketing.
I agree.
It changed everything. And you know, it showed in her outcome.
I love it. Okay, so
you believe me, right?
I was
business first.
No.
I may have had some hidden agendas.
Yeah, there was, bro. It always comes off, bro. Right? Yeah, no, for sure. But that is bold of her to say, all right, bro, like, what are we doing right now? I'm with this. So,
I mean,
yes.
She knew, you know, like I said, I was out of the relationship at that point, and she knew that I was out of a relationship. And she, to be fair, I probably wasn't the most physical child because I probably was the heaviest I've ever was. But she got a chance to see my heart because my brother was like, he was in a 2-month coma. And she seen how like loving I was to my family and stuff. So she did get to see the inside. And she seen like I was so genius in terms of being able to build her business the way I did. She's like, damn, this guy, he's like, and she in her mind's like, oh, he's a little chubby, but I'm a trainer. I used to be a trainer. I could get him to lose weight. And now, you know, I'm like
hey, come on.
we both understood the assignment.
Yes.
Put it like
Okay,
that.
cool.
We both understood the assignment.
All right, so let's get into it, man. The reason I wanted to have this conversation was because this is an entrepreneurial show, and there are many different facets to entrepreneurship. But when we show up, it's about, I'm an entrepreneur, or, we show our family, things of that nature. But I don't think people understand what it takes to do our very, very best to be successful on both sides. And there's always like a give and take, almost like a seesaw thing. It's almost like when you're going hard in my perspective. We could be going hard in business, but relationship can strain sometimes. And sometimes you can like really be like, I'm gonna be the best man I could be, and I'm gonna like really be all into my family, things of that nature. And business can slip. Like we just start making different decisions. So that is the conversation I want to have. So JD, I want to ask this question. Did you ever feel like you were failing at home while you were winning in business?
Yes.
Explain it.
And still, sometimes to this day, I do. Even a recent conversation that a recent statement my wife made to me, and I'm gonna give y'all some perspective. So I'm gonna talk to the people, and I'm gonna talk to my wife at the same time. My son is in basketball now, and my wife sent me a text message because my son had a hard day on the court, and he was like, "I hate this. Like I suck," right? And my wife's been trying to get me to train him because I played D1 basketball with Shadi, right? So she's been trying to get me to train him, but I've been going hard in business. And when my wife made that statement, it's one of the most hurtful statements. Like, I wish you would just give him more of your time. And in my head, I'm thinking, I want to give him more of my time. You don't think I want to do that? Like, that's what I want to do that. But I am challenged with the decision of saying, although I know I want to do it, although I would rather be doing that, I have to make this decision to do this. Because the reason we're living the life we're living right now is because I have to make those hard decisions. But not only do I have to make those hard decisions to go out there and build the business, I also have to deal with the emotional aspect of saying, damn, I really want to be there. Like I try my best. Like even yesterday, I had a meeting. I left the meeting, go to my son's practice, right there, have to leave 10 minutes later to get to the next meeting. You know what I'm saying? It's the thing I enjoy most is spending time with my family. Anybody who see me online know I like spending time with my family, my kids. But I have to make the decision, the hard decision, say, listen, you know, in order for me to continue to provide this kind of life, there's sometimes I'm gonna miss a few things. I'm not gonna be there, right? And sometimes they'll think, hey, the child is gonna suffer. I suffer too because I wanna be there, but I have to do this. And guess what? You're not gonna understand it. Just like you ain't understand it 3 or 4 years ago when I was making these decisions, but you see the kind of life you living right now. But I have to make the hard decisions. And at the same time I make the hard decisions, I gotta deal with the emotional strain of knowing like I really want to be there. So if somebody says something to me like that, like when my wife said to me, she wasn't intentionally doing it, but she don't understand that it's gonna be really hurtful for me because I actually want to be there. I actually want to do it. But I know I gotta take this season. Like this is that season. I gotta do what I need to do if I'm gonna get us to where I'm looking to get us.
And where is that place that you want to get them to?
So for me, like my goal right now is to get to so I said when I moved to Atlanta, my goal was very clear. I said my goal is by 26, the end of 2026, I want to have a certain amount of money coming in per month to where I can spend time with my family and my kids. Everybody's goal is different. Some people like to hustle. All right, cool. We had $1 million a month. How do we get to 2? That's great. And that's all love. That's just not what I want to get to a place where I have the businesses rolling and it's rolling the same exact way it's rolling with me, is rolling without me. Right? I have enough money for my investments, everything that I'm looking to do. I have enough money to provide for my family and do those things. And I can just spend my time with my family. I'm not trying to be out here grinding and doing 30 different things. I want to be able to, I just show up where I need to be show up. Like I come in and give value in an area where I get like, my coaching, that's where I show up. Everything else, it kind of runs on its own. I got the investments going. I got everything rolling. And most of my time goes to my kids and my family.
Bro, I was literally just having that conversation today because I was like, dang, I leave first thing in the morning every day, Monday through Friday. And I don't really, like my wife sent me the video of a song playing soccer today. And I'm asking myself, like I'm sitting there like, bro, do I really have to work every day? Or can I, if I only had 3 days to really get it in, could I be just as effective as being here every single day, 5 days a week?
Yep.
And I was literally just having that. I asked Armani, I was like, bro, you got a laptop at the crib? Can you edit the videos at the crib? Because we come here to edit videos and all that kind of stuff. And he's at a point where him and I actually, we're on the same page with the content. You know, when you first start working with somebody, it's like, I like that. He just understands what I like. He puts his creative twist, things of that nature. And I'm like, bro, do I have to be here, bro? And that's really what was ringing through my head. So I'll ask you the same question, Dub. Do you ever feel like you're failing at home and winning in business?
So for me, previously, yes. Right now, no. And I'm going to elaborate on that. Whenever I first came into business, remind you, my journey in 2021, I was in the warehouse driving a forklift, so on and so forth. I get into business and I make more money than I have ever made collectively over my life, my first year in business. I'm very active in the business and I'm physically at the house, meaning that every single day, me, my wife, and kids sit down and have dinner together at the table every single day, right? And then I'm there, but I'm not mentally there. My wife waits until we get upstairs after I'm thinking everything is perfect because we used to doing this. For sure. I love you, baby. Yeah. And then she say, don't forget the reason why you started this whole journey. So I'm thinking I'm providing us a different type of life. We're taking more trips. Like we don't have to worry about, for me, my first level of success was literally having my bills on auto pay and not having to worry about it. Just like JD said, everybody has different levels of that success meter. For me, my first one was like, bro, the moment that we can get our bills on auto pay and we don't have to worry about it, that's that first level.
Yeah.
So, and fast forward to now, I feel like I have a healthy balance, but I battle with myself versus with my wife and kids. And what I mean by that is I feel like I am missing out on, and my wife knows I'm talking directly to her, missing out on a lot of opportunities, a lot of investments, right? Simply because I prioritize the presence, because my father, who's a narcotics on the SWAT team and all of this, he prioritized the career over the household, if that makes sense.
Yeah, nah, absolutely.
So with me and where I'm at now, it's like I have never been, any mastermind that I've been to, anytime I've ever been on a plane, probably 40, 50 times now, my kids has never not been with me anytime I go anywhere.
Really?
So I pull them out of school. I'm paying a nice penny for them to go to this Montessori school, but I'm like,
Oh, my kids in Montessori too.
yeah. So you know about it. I got 3.
But we only got 2 days. We only there 2 days.
I got 3 going 5 days.
Mm.
So that's a nice mortgage. Anyway, I've never been on a plane or anywhere without my wife and kids with me.
Wow.
That's good.
Nah, that's good, bro. I knew this conversation was going to convict me in a certain way. And I'm like, I'm glad I'm thinking of that. Like, yo, how can I be more effective with the time? Because, I mean, you're missing out on certain things, but you don't know how effective you're being in the time that you have. Because these days get long, bro. Yeah, and I know, Mike, you travel a lot. Right? What does that feel? Because you went in business, do you feel like you're failing at home sometimes?
Well, my thing is, my feeling is not spending my time. I mean, I know, like, my biggest enjoyment is spending time with my kids. Like, business, nothing else fulfills me like spending time with my kids and my wife. That's my biggest fulfillment. So I actually enjoy that. Not saying that other people don't enjoy that. Like, the business is always secondary when it comes to spending time. Like, Now my oldest son is talking, saying, "Dad, I want to do this or that." And you can't, like me walking in that house and my kid, I dreamed of that before it happened. And when that happened, that was like, that's what you're doing it for.
Yes.
So that was like my biggest thing was just spending time with my kids. So I take them to school every morning. I dress them, take them to school every morning. I spend an hour with them after they get home from school, and then I spend an hour before they go to sleep. So that's kind of been the structure since day one. So, but my biggest struggle is making decisions with my emotions, because, being a leader of a household, and now me getting into a marriage at 40 years old versus 30 years old, I've always only had to worry about myself. So the decisions I make only affected myself. But now it doesn't affect just me anymore. It affects my wife. It affects my kids. So now I know that, like,
give me an example.
Like buying an expensive house, right? I got to think about, is this going to be a purchase that I can, because a lot of people that got these nice houses, including myself, it's a borrowed life until it's paid for, right? Right? Like a lot of people go into foreclosure and things like that. Like, so I can't give my family this life and have to say, oh, we're taking this back. Like, you know what I'm saying? So those are decisions that you have to make sure that you have things in place that no matter what, you can continue this lifestyle, right? So I've given my family a really great life that, like, I couldn't even dream for if I wanted to dream about this life I'm in today. Didn't even dream this far. And, I have to be careful on the decisions I make, financial or decisions on, like, my son right now is going through, like, I'm thinking about putting him into a different school. I have to make sure that it's going to be a right decision, not just for him, but is it going to be the right decision for our family in terms of, traveling further to a different school. I have to change my youngest son, go bring him to the school, but maybe he might be excelling in this school while I'm going to take him out to school because he's feeling it, like he's having some, so it's like these decisions, you can't just make them, make them what is that word? Make emotional decisions, but you can't make them, spontaneous decisions. You have to really think about everything around that decision before you make it. So that's probably been my biggest struggle, but I've been, growing, into that person and making educated decisions.
But you do travel a lot, right?
I do travel a lot. But see, my traveling is, and everyone that travels with me knows that once the assignment's done and wherever we are, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm the same way, bro.
I'm out. I don't stay longer for nothing. Like, even we could have stayed, we was just in Vegas. I went to Vegas for a day and a half.
Yeah.
Once everything was done what we needed to do, I was out.
I love it.
It's out. So I always end don't ever travel with me and be mad that I left early. Don't do it. And now that you got same day change and all that things, don't ever travel with me and be mad that I left early, because that's what I'm gonna do all the time.
I love it. And anybody can answer this one. What did your wife, or what does your wife have to tolerate while you're figuring this thing out? Because for me, I'm still like figuring it out. Mike already has it figured out, okay?
Yeah.
But what does your wife have to deal with as we're building this thing? And anybody can answer it.
I'll go first. It's the tension that we get when we're not able to, kind of like what Mike said, continuously provide this particular lifestyle. Because as I was growing in my first year of business, and then I had to take a step back to be present with the family, okay, the business dipped. And we all men, so we can really talk here. That's frustration on another level.
Come on.
Whenever that money not coming in like that, and of course we don't glorify it. Now, the drop of a book or somebody wasting some juice on the floor, that's going for me. I can't speak for everybody else.
Talk freely, my brother.
So now you don't. I haven't made any money today, for example, and this where I was at previously. I haven't made any money today. My frustration level is here. So things that you would get away with if I have a $20,000 or $30,000 day, that's not gonna slide whenever I'm not making this particular money. So you run by having fun doing kid things, and you knock over some juice. Now I'm yelling. So this were the things that my wife was having to deal with when she had, listen, you need to go and take a walk, you need to go and calm down. But I'm not explaining to her, I haven't made any money today because you don't want to glorify it in that way or even let them look at you less than, if I'm making sense.
100%, bro. I've been an entrepreneur for a very long time. And one thing I know about entrepreneurship is that there's seasons. So whatever y'all see, if you see somebody online and they feel like, yo, we just been winning for the last 10, 15 years straight, they're probably lying. Bro, every month, you can have a bad week or a bad 2 weeks. Oh, God forbid, a bad 3 weeks. Even if you got money in the bank, you got investments, all that kind of stuff, bro, there's still a feeling inside like, ooh, especially if you remember getting broke. If you remember it, it's like, ooh, hold on. Is this all going away? And then the small questions, or your wife trying to ask about your day, and you give an answer, and they keep pressing about the day, and you're like, bruh, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk right now. But you can't say I don't want to talk right now. You got to make it normal. But then it gets snappy, right? So man, this is a real conversation. I think even wives can appreciate this. As a man's building, bruh, ooh, a bad day. Lose a contract, somebody, do a $5,000 refund? You're like, bro,
come on.
Come on now.
What are some of the things your wife has to do?
I would say time and guilt. Time and the guilt that we put on them. And I'll let me give it this way. As a parent, as a mother, forget a parent, they take a lot of time, their whole life. My wife is literally, people are like, oh, stay at home mom. My wife is working from the time she gets up to the time she go to sleep. I can't handle it. My daughter 3, Daddy, but can you, Daddy? I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I just cannot do this. But my wife, she deals with my kids all day, every day. My family calls her more than they call me. She deals with everything else from the time she wakes up to the time she goes to sleep. So I may be out there doing business, but she's at home doing business. I'm talking about taking the kids to school, making sure the appointments. Now, on top of that, and the reason I say it's time is it's not only time with the kids, it's not only time to handle my family, it's time to handle me. Because now you got to take care of me too. So like as a wife and a stay-at-home mom, like she does so much, and I see how tired she gets. And it's my job to pay attention to that and not put the guilt on her, which leads me to the second part, which is the guilt that we place. Because when we're building, it can be frustrating, especially when we don't have those, when you're really trying to get it and you know, like, man, I got to make these moves and this is going to change our family's financial future. Like you're going hard, but there will be conversations where my wife will say something to me and I'll say, you got to do your part. When we did this, when we came to this, we made an agreement. If I'm going to go ahead and make this money and make sure you ain't got to work and pay the bills, your job is the kids. So now the guilt on her that I don't see when I'm saying that is I had to get as a woman, as a wife, I had to give up. I had shit going on too. Yeah. I gave it up because you wanted me to be a stay-at-home mom. And now that I'm staying home, you're saying you're saying because I'm not providing finance, oh, that's your job, that you don't got a responsibility with the kids. So now I have guilt, like, damn, should I go back to work? Should I go start my businesses again? Should I do this? And she got to deal with that. And that's not my intentions. But the moment I say, that's your job and this is my job, now she's probably thinking, well, you know what, maybe I should go get a job, or maybe I should get a business. So, we don't think about that. And that's why, like, for me, the thing that I've worked on so much is just really paying attention. And I learned that from my wife. I learned how she pays attention to me. Like literally just the other day, she did something. It always blows my mind how she pays attention to me, and she teaches me how to pay attention to her. And I'll just give you an example. For the last few weeks, I've been saying, you know, when you spoke about like help, like you was the heaviest. I'm like, damn, I'm the heaviest I've ever been. And I just kept saying, man, I really like the one thing in my life that I haven't been consistent in is my diet and working out. And I kept saying, man, I want to do the 75 hard. I want to say, and then I saw J. Crew, he sent me the app. And I'm like, I said, yo, I kept mentioning it. I never had the conversation with her like, babe, I want to do the 75 hard. So I walk in the living room the other day and she's writing a note, like a letter. I'm like, who you writing a love letter to? And I'm like, who you writing this love letter to? I'm joking. She's like, you'll see, whatever, like that. And then we go pick up the kids. She stops at Walgreens, and when we get out the car, she rushes inside the house. I don't pay attention. I go to my office like I always go. She knows me. Mm-hmm. She goes to the office. She placed this big old cardboard and the letter on there. And it's a cardboard that she made with the 75 hard, 75 days, the rules. She wrote a quote to me. She wrote a sentence to me. Hey, what is that? She's paying attention.
Got you one.
She has. You get what I'm saying? She's paying attention. But that's what my wife. I can give you we'll sit up here forever if I give you all the examples of the things that I didn't say that my wife heard.
Yo, let me ask you this too, because you mentioned something. I wanted to touch on it. Mm-hmm. When did you realize how hard of a job that she has it being with the kids?
I realized it many times, but but for the 1 hour I had to spend by myself doing it. Yeah. Like the 1 hour when I had to sit here, like my wife, she went to the other day she took my son to practice, but I had to get on a meeting. So I had my daughter there. And my daughter, she's like, Daddy, I want to watch Halo. Okay, cool. Go watch Halo. Daddy, Peppa Pig. I'm like, you just watching that for 2 minutes. All right, I get up. I got to do Peppa Pig. Daddy, I want cereal. I'm like, all right, go. Let's give you cereal. Dad, I want to in the living room. I'm like, yeah, I can't work. I literally got nothing done. Yeah. And this is only my 2-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. And like, when I like just having that experience, like if you really want to see what your wife, the mother of your child goes through, the stay-at-home wife, just take her job. Because I always say to her, well, if you want to trade places, let's trade places. You go get the money and let me do this with the kids. No. I don't want to do that at all. At all. I said, this is not, I told you, listen, it may take you 10 seconds to change a pamper. It's going to take me about 10 minutes. Yeah. I don't want to do none of that stuff. My gosh, I can't do it. I don't even have the mental capacity. And I was saying to my wife, I'm like, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, like I don't have the patience or something, but there's no way I can do what my wife does. Yeah. I said, you a superhero. There's no way that I could do what you do. So that's what my wife be joking when she had to go out of town for one day. Oh, one day, oh Lord.
Yeah, I said it one time. This was, and after I said it, not immediately, but I wake up at 5:45 every morning. I do my workout, come to work. I'm running all day and I'm just having a day. And I come home and my wife is like, yo, you gotta get the kids. I am tired. I'm like, bro, what you do all day? You know, I'm like, yo, all you, I'm saying the kids, I said something like, y'all been home all day? She said, yeah, man, you've been home all day. Mm-hmm. What do you, feed the kids, give them a nap, you get to take a nap and all that. Bro, I'm going through this. And I see her boiling mad, bro. And like she starts to talk. I don't remember exactly what she said, but I started to feel horrible because this is the most selfish I've ever been, because I'm looking at the world from my perspective and what I have to do. And then I'm starting thinking like, I'm not really that tired because I've been doing this for the last X amount of years. Right. But when she explained all the stuff that she has to do, like I'm trying to wash clothes, and after we wash the clothes, trying to fold and clean the house, look at the house, the kids got crumbs everywhere. And then Psalm he's more potty trained now, but he'll have a blowout at any moment. And just keep playing, running down his leg, won't tell nobody. And then the poop is, I'm like, when she started explaining, I said, oh, business is easy. But I didn't understand from my perspective. I'm thinking, bro, what are you doing all day? You just get to stay at the crib. And I didn't understand that. I didn't understand.
See, I come from a different world because, like I said, most successful men don't marry a successful woman.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said in the beginning, because, you know, it's hard because most successful men have a big ego, right? So it's hard for them to put their ego to the side to let their woman, you know. And I told my wife the other day, I said, you know, you the bag. You know what I'm saying? Because she's special. She's special. And it's like, speaking of 75 Hard, she's on like day 13, day 14. And, you know, I think that was the biggest sacrifice she had to do is kind of put her life to the side to become a wife. You know, that wasn't her.
Because she's entrepreneur.
She's hardcore. You know what I'm saying? She's different. Like her mindset is like, you know, like a dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like getting it, you know, focus on her craft, building it, and very structured. And when, you know, we met and started dating, it was like, wait, I gotta. Like, she's the type that wants to do what the dudes do. Like, even like go doing a push-up challenge. She want to show you she can do more push-ups. You know what I'm saying? She was like one of the dudes. Like, and it's like she had to kind of, and it took a while to like kind of figure out, like, you know, I got to be a wife now. I got to be different. I can't just do the same. I'm somebody's wife now. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was
take that power away from her though, huh?
It did. She didn't like the fact that the woman she was was losing the person that made her to this person. And it, you know, it took time, you know, especially going through postpartum and stuff like that. Yeah. Time to kind of get, and like now, like even seeing her these last 13 days, it's been truly amazing. And it kind of reminds me of why I fell in love with her, because of how goal oriented she is, how like disciplined she is. Like the woman has 2 kids and still had a 6-pack like nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like she's so locked in. It works, bro. And it just watching her become locked in again is like reigniting like that love, like that. I like, damn, like she's, and it inspires me. So she's been inspiring me. She's been doing, she you know, it's different because a lot of people don't have that. Like if something does go wrong with Michael J. McDonald, I got Jessica McDonald that could, you know what I'm saying, step in. You know, and that's definitely a plus too. And I've been so like accustomed to pouring into people my whole life. I've been pouring into people because I've been behind the scenes. So it's like second nature to pour into her. So I'm not afraid or not mad if she becomes like this big old thing. Like I try to help her and pour into her as much as possible because that's always been my second nature. But a lot of, you know, successful men are not capable of doing that, if that makes sense. Because they can't, they don't want their woman to be more successful than them. And sure. I would be, take it. Go. Let's go, you know? So I think that's probably been the challenge for her in terms of like, you know, but I'm like, you know, changing diapers. I'm in the what you call. I know how to do all that. I say, yo, go leave for 75 days. We good over here. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I mean, it is hard. It's definitely hard. And I didn't notice it until she had an accident one time, and she was like, you know, she had a back concussion and she couldn't do anything for like 3 weeks. So I had to hold the house down for 3 weeks. And that's when I realized she got a really hard job, and it was really impossible for her to have her job as a wife and a mother and also focus on her craft. And the fact that she's doing it now makes me more like love her even more, because she's just such an amazing soul that, you know, now she's doing both. And I thought it was impossible.
I love it, man.
So, you know, shout out to Jessica.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask, because I think as we grow up, our idea of marriage is shaped based on our experiences. So I wanted to know, what did we learn about our parent? What did we learn about marriage growing up, good or bad? What did you learn about marriage growing up?
Growing up, my father, he left as soon as I left to college, he left. But it was just my mom. My father was like always out there hustling. My father was in the streets, you know. He was out there just trying to get it. And I watched my mother still, like, she had to go to work. I remember her going to school. I remember her getting a job after that. I remember her working all this time and have to come home and I come from a big family, right? My mother had 8 kids. My father had a daughter before he met my mom, so it was 9 total. 9 kids. And I watched my mother like struggle her whole life, just trying to provide for us. And for me, you know, and I called, my mom was calling me as I walked in here. Like, I talk to my mom all the time, but it showed me, and my father was he was a good dad. He's always a great dad. You know, did everything. You know, God rest his soul. Always was there to push us and everything. But I just watched my mother work so hard, and you know, if anybody who knows me, I'm like my wife is like, it's like completely opposite of that, right? I live my life, and I told my wife this, like it was like last month, and I said, yo, man, I'm cool with what I got. Like everything that I do is for y'all. Like my goal is literally to make my wife life as easy as possible. As easy as possible. Like we get to the gas station. I said, when's the last time you got out and pumped your gas? She said, I know you're tired. I said, when's the last time you pumped your gas or paid for it? You don't do that. I just took her right before we came here. But I said, hey, I'm getting up, I'm going to car. I need you to drive your car because I got to drive. I got to go to do this interview. I said, go ahead, let's go. We went, take the cars, we get the cars washed. Make sure the car is washed. You're making sure make sure all the bills paid. I'll make sure you ain't got to worry about nothing. Like, I just want your focus to be, I want your life to be as easy as possible. And I didn't even understand how valuable that was for me. Like, I thought that I was just making her life as easy as possible. But I found that the easier I made her life, the better my life became and the more successful I came. Yeah. And now I just do it. I mean, when I tell you I enjoy making, I would send my wife a message at 2 a.m. like, hey, listen, we going on a date tomorrow. Here's the 2 restaurants. You pick one. I don't want to hear nothing. Just pick the restaurant, wear something nice. When I finish doing what I'm doing, I'm coming to pick you. We going out. Like my wife has to live an extremely soft life. I watch my mom work hard. My wife, you got to have this soft life.
You know what's crazy though? When I think about that, it's like the soft life is cool, but it's like how many women out there in this world that are married that literally put their dreams and aspirations on hold for their family.
Absolutely.
Like so many women had these dreams of doing this and doing that. They meet this man, they get married, they have kids, and they have to put it on hold.
Exactly.
And like 30 years down the line when the kids are gone, and they're like, they feel like they're missing out. And I won't ever want someone to feel resentment because of something that I was a part of.
And that's what I meant, like, was I say the guilt that we don't really realize that we put on them, but they've been, I know my lady, she had her own business before that. She had different things that she was working on, and I continuously asked her to stop that and just do it. So we don't really think about that, and that's why it goes back to what I said.
You might be thinking you're doing her a favor, but in reality, you might be taking, because people want to be a part of something. People want to build things. People want to, feel accomplished. Most people just don't want handouts, right? Because it feels too easy. Like it just feels like. But when you teach somebody how to make some money and they make it on their own, how much more accomplished you feel versus than someone just give you the money,
right? Exactly.
So it's like I think it's just like in leadership, right? Like I always ask everybody that works for Earn Your Leisure, what's your goals? What do you want to accomplish? Like like I'm asking them now, what's 2026 look like? How can I make this year better for you? Right? I do it the same thing for my wife. She says, I want you to wake up at 3:30 in the morning so I can go to the gym. She gave me all these little things. I have to suffer but not really suffer, but I have to, sacrifice. Yeah. That's the word, sacrifice. So she can live her dreams, live her aspirations, And I think that's the thing that's not really spoken about. Like asking your wife, asking your partner, what is your dream? Right. Where do you want to be? Like, how can I help you get to that goal?
Well said. And again, Dub, what did you learn about marriage from your parents, good or bad?
So I grew up in a single parent household, and my situation was a lot different because the only experience that I got to see with marriage was my aunt and uncle, right? But with my mother and father, he went and remarried. We're going to get into it. So imagine being in a small town. Everybody know your family because of a career that your father have. He's lieutenant of narcotics. He's the big police guy. And
you were selling weed. That's crazy.
It's a crazy story. We're gonna get to that. We'll get to that on another. Yeah. So to be in this particular setting, and then your mother and father split up, and then your father go and start another family. And you're with your mother, and the things that you are exposed to in a great way. So materialistic things, for example. I had a separate wardrobe when I was at my father's house than I had when I was at my mother's house. So I am being, in a sense, lured, right? I guess for lack of a better word, like you're being lured this way, but then whenever I had to go back to a single mother household who's grinding and doing everything that she can to provide. yet not trying to keep up with that, because once again, you have a 2-parent household over here. I had 2 Christmases, literally. You know what I'm saying? You go over there, bro, Christmas coming up, go to my daddy's house, I get all of these things, but then I'm with my mother, and I'm trying to hold her to a certain standard as a child. When you were a child, you thought as a child. So I'm like, I go over to my daddy's house, I got, 3, 4 big gifts. You opening up a gift every day leading up to Christmas, then you go to your mother's house and you like, I got some school clothes. You see what I'm saying? So what I learned from that is, that's why I talk about, we spoke about it previously, like the presence with a TS on the end will never supersede the presence with the CE on the end. So that's why I go so hard for my kids, is like, listen, I could provide you with the best experiences and take you to all these nice places, but if I'm not there for that basketball game, if I'm not there for swim, for karate, they're not going to remember the materialistic or the lifestyle that I gave them as they get older. Yeah. So that's my situation. It's like my father provided all the materialistic things for me, but what you didn't provide was the time to teach me how to properly love a woman.
Well said. Golly, man. I think in me growing up, in our household, what I learned is when you're married, you're together and you're building a family, but there wasn't a lot of, I can't say it wasn't a lot of love in the house because we were taken care of. Mm-hmm. I knew my mom loved me, but I didn't see an example of them loving each other. Mm. So as I looked at, I have 2 parents. I have a mom and I have a dad. But I don't know if I ever looked at our family as a family. Mm-hmm. I looked at like the people in my house as individuals. My mom, I got a relationship with my mom. I got a different relationship with my dad. We play basketball. He teaches me how to, the sports, things of that nature. I got my relationship with my brother. That's just my big brother. I want to do the stuff he's doing. So it was like silos of people to have relationships with, but it wasn't one family. Even I do remember us having dinner at the dinner table, but we never really talked about feelings. We never talked about emotions and how do you feel? Like, how did you feel about that? No one ever asked me what's going on with me mentally, emotionally. We just never talked about feelings. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you all, were you raised to talk about how you felt and expressing emotions as you grew up?
I mean, I think the way I grew up, the biggest thing my mother instilled in us is how close we are. And I don't know if that's speaking about my emotions, but I was so close to my brothers. Like, we're very like, I couldn't, like, I didn't. Well, my mom died at 20 when I was 21, so I didn't really get the talking to my mom about like even like man stuff and stuff like that. I wasn't able to do that, to experience that. But what I will say is that my brothers like they gave me that for me. I was always able to connect with my brothers. Like, we go everywhere. Like, my brother's here now. Like, all my brothers moved to Atlanta. Like, well, most of my brothers, I was trying to get my sister before she passed. My oldest brother, I'm trying to get him to move. But we're a really close knit family, and that's just one thing that I pray that I can get my kids to do, like, be really close like that, like how we are. But I mean, I would say, yeah, we talked amongst my brothers. That's what I would say. Mm-hmm. I was able to. I could tell my brother anything.
So your wife gets to feel that love or the wantingness of connectivity, family, things of that nature.
Yeah. Like, I think, and therapy. I would say therapy helped me do that too, because there were some things I would hold inside, and then if you know me, you know that I kind of wear my feelings on my sleeve. If you really like get in a deep conversation with me, but that didn't happen until therapy. So I think therapy really like kind of made it easier for me to release my feelings, because when you start bottling up things, it builds up and then you have those explosions. Yeah. And we don't want those.
We don't want those explosions. But I just and I know my wife would love for me to be more emotional and talk about my feelings, but I just didn't grow up that way. So
you don't talk about your feelings with your wife?
Well, the thing is, I don't want to say it like that. Like, I don't talk about my emotions with my wife. I would have to frame it like I don't have the tools to even share it. It's not like I feel a way.
But we talked about therapy. You said you was gonna give it a try.
Absolutely. We sent the Dr.
Did you
Dr.
try
Spirit. Well, not yet. We sent the email. Did she reply? Did they reply? They did. What do we gotta do? I gotta set up my account. So yes, I'm gonna go through that process because it's not like I got something to say, but I'm gonna hold it to myself. It's literally, I've just been for 41 years, I manage things on my own. That's what we do.
Does she talk to you about her emotions?
Yeah, all the time.
It's usually a give and take. Like if you give a name, you get a name. When someone opens up to you, you don't feel obligated to open up to them?
Not if you don't have the tools. It's not, again, I'm not saying I don't want to.
Have you ever spoken to anybody about your feelings?
I mean, sure.
Your friends?
I mean, well, it depends on how deep we're talking.
So there's certain things you hold in, certain things you...
But no, that's the thing, Mike. It's not that I'm holding in my feelings. I'm not accustomed to sharing like that. Mm-hmm. So I think I've even suppressed the feeling that I have. So I can't even put a name on it. I don't even know what the
let me ask you, so if she made you feel a certain way, would you express that to her?
Oh, no, I go silent.
And that could be a problem.
Yeah.
Communication. Me and my wife literally just had a conversation about that this morning because I told her what my 2026 is going to look like. And she often says is that you have conversations. This is good for you, Dave. You have conversations with other people before you have the conversations with me, because based on your relationship with other people, they're going to tell you what you want to hear.
Explain that. What do you mean?
So before, let's say that business, we're entrepreneurship podcast, 2026 podcast run coming up, probably 20 different cities over the course of the year. For some people, it's a lot. For some people, it's not. And how does that look for my family dynamics? I may go and ask, like, bro, like, Dion, like, how do you do this? You see what I'm saying? Herman, like, how do you do these things? And then I'm getting advice from someone else who's not in the household. Mm-hmm. So the communication part, even though we see each other every day, we, raising the kids together, on certain parts of what I may be going through, I personally feel you don't understand what this world is like. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. It's like the communication part is very key. And me being the only child, I didn't have anybody to talk to growing up. So very similar to you is like, whenever I went through something, I just kind of held it in.
You just go through it, though.
You just go through, and then it always works itself out.
Somebody said in the comments, men should not be discussing feelings. Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, hey, and that's super crazy. But it is like we're so used to dealing with it on our own. Like that's always been my thing. Like I've never had or never felt that, oh, I can go to somebody and share my feelings, because I've always been the person protecting everybody else. Mm. I've always been the person like being there for everybody else. And I just have this, and this is something I came up with me. I expect me to always fix me. Yeah. I just don't expect anybody else. So when I was sitting in the car the other day, I said to my wife, I said, man, all I do is like really like I'm working. And I said to her, I just want something for me. Right? I just said something for me, because she had mentioned, I said, sometimes I just want to go to a bar like alone and watch the game and have some hookah. I said, I just want to do that. I said, I've been looking, because I barely watch TV. Like I play ball. I don't even know what's going on in the NBA, NFL, whatever. So I said recently, I'm like, yo, what channels should I purchase to watch football or basketball? I said, maybe that'll be the thing. Like I just want something to say, I'm about to watch the game. Something for me, because I feel like my entire life I'm just doing, I'm moving, but I don't have something to say, this is my relief. My wife, she made a statement. She said, yeah, I want something for me too. And I said, and we had a conversation. I said right there, I said, I get it, but I said, this is why. Right. And I'm opening up to you. This is like personal stuff that happened. I said, this is why I never really like to say what I feel. Because when I say what I feel, you say what you feel, and I have to automatically go into the mode of listening to you. So I said, so now for me, a lot of times when I may feel something, I don't say it because, am I going to get somebody? I said, sometimes I want you to think about this. And me and my wife have good conversations. We good. We'll have a conversation. We'll learn from it. And I said to her, sometimes I want to feel like I can say something for me and it doesn't become a part of you. I said, you need to know. And I said, it doesn't mean that what you're feeling or saying is not valid. It's just right now, it ain't the time. This is the time for you to hear what I need. You get what I'm saying? So I know for me, I had to grow into this space to be able to have that conversation with my wife. But before, like David said, I would just not share it because I'm like, it's almost like saying like my feelings ain't important. It don't count. I got to make sure I protect their feelings. But I've come and grown to a place where I can say, hey, wife, like, I need you to listen to me for a second. Like, this is about me. I don't want to hear about your feelings for a second. Let me get my moment off, and then we can go back to protecting you. But I need a moment for me.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I think that may help me because I know if I share how I'm feeling, it becomes a feeling sharing fest.
Right. And
I don't really want to say, I don't care about how you feel about the situation. I just need to vent. Right. But I've never said that. And even while you were saying it, I'm like, dang, that's wild to say to your wife. But that might help her even understand me.
Yeah. It's so important because it allows me, as in the last few years, I'm just been more of like paying attention to things and not paying attention to things from my perspective, but also paying attention to things from how the person I'm speaking to is receiving what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. So I pay attention a lot to that. And I realized, like, for me, right, I have to sometimes, tell my wife, like, because as a man, we're always protecting, providing this. And I have to say, listen, sometimes, as a man, I know I'm just manly man and provided and always in. I hear your emotions and I always make you feel good and I comfort you. I say, sometimes I just want to be comforted, right? Just because that one, for me, you may only have to do it for 10 minutes. And I'm like, damn, I'm good. I'm Superman again. Let's get going. But sometimes I want to be able to say something without hearing your opinion about what I said. I just want you to hear me out and listen to me for me, help me for the second. And now look, it doesn't negate the fact that you may be going through the same thing. Yeah. When I said I need something for me, that didn't mean that you didn't need something for you. Come on. It just meant for that moment, I needed what I needed. I needed that moment to be about that.
That's the hack to marriage, communication.
That's strong.
And the fact that you communicated that to her, now she can, keep that in her subconscious to when you do express yourself, it takes a lot for you to express yourself. Listen.
And here's the crazy part. This is why I love my wife. Because my wife, she's strong, very opinionated, strong. In that moment, literally within the next 5 seconds, I just heard her listening.
I heard her listening.
And she was, you could tell, because there's many times we have conversations, I'm like, she ain't paying attention to me. She ain't hearing nothing I'm saying. She just waiting to say her point. She sat there and I could literally hit, like I'm looking this way because I knew it. One wrong word could go into an argument.
Yeah.
I literally heard her listen. She's listening and she got it. And I'm like, I was so glad that I took that second to say what I said because in that moment, literally seconds after I said, she understood what I said.
Man, what's crazy is I don't even know how to share. I don't know how to share what I want to say sometimes for fear of it coming off wrong. Mm. And I'm one of those people that I just don't want it. I don't want it to come off wrong. You know what I mean? Like I'm delayed in telling someone bad news because I don't know how to say it. And I'm hoping, like, okay, me and my friend, we like, yo, we're going to go somewhere. We're going to go out and kick it. Maybe, something we're supposed to do, and which I don't get to do a lot, but I might not feel like doing it. So I sit there and I wait for you to try to cancel.
I'm with you. Me and you.
I don't know how to say, I don't want to do what I said I was going to do with you today.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to cancel.
He's a piece of work.
You ever try to look? You have a team member where they're not a right fit for the team.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to fire them. Have you ever fired somebody before?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's
the whole time. I'm about to fire someone now.
It takes so much longer for me to say it though.
Oh,
yeah.
So
because I don't know how to say how I feel because I'm always worried about how they're going to take it. Mm-hmm. So that translates.
And this is with your wife as well?
100%.
Do you feel like your wife's your best friend?
It's a good question, Mike.
Damn, that's a tough question too.
I mean, it's important. And I'll tell you right now.
I don't think that's fair though. Bro.
I'll tell you right now.
I have a best
I'm growing
friend.
into
We've
that.
been together. My best friend I've known since 2001. It's unfair to
It's
compare
different, bro.
a best friend to a wife, in my opinion.
Oh,
You spend way more time with your wife than that best friend.
Do I?
Would you share stuff with your wife that you won't share with your best friend?
Would I share stuff with my wife?
No, he don't
Yes,
share
yes,
nothing.
I would.
I thought you don't share anything.
I don't share anything at all, but I'd share more with my wife than my best friend.
There you go.
Unless
So-
it's about my wife. Then
I
I
mean-
share with my best friend. I believe that she is.
But if you don't tell you, like he said, if you don't tell your wife when she's doing something that you don't like, how's she gonna know?
Everything's going to be okay. It's not a
Because
deal
I will
breaker.
say, I'm a person that
not a
she
deal
wasn't
breaker.
my best friend when we got married. She's grown into my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm only 2 years in, but she's growing into my best. Because sometimes I feel like one, she can't handle certain things. Other times I feel like she's gonna not agree with certain things. But then you start to realize that your wife's 99% of the time is always right.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has the wisdom. She's looking outside in. Like any person that looks outside in gets to see a whole different point of view.
99%.
99%. I'm telling you, your wife has so much wisdom.
She
You
does.
married her,
But
you married her, so she got to have some type.
Dave,
of
let me
I'll be
ask you this
right,
real
bro.
quick.
I ain't gonna lie.
Going into business, have your wife ever said, it's something about that person I don't like?
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Have they been right 100% of the time?
Yes. Most of the time. Most of the time.
Yep.
Most of the time, yes. Especially earlier in our marriage, if it had to do with a woman, it's not a feeling that something's wrong there. That is a feeling of, I think a lot of women are territorial.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, I don't like that person, da-da-da. And if it's an attractive woman, most of the times it's not accurate. But we don't really deal with that anymore.
Right. So for me,
But for the most part, generally, yes.
my wife
you're
say it's something about him.
yes.
I don't know what it is, but something is off.
Yeah.
And then they end up being right
100%
every time.
right.
And then I say, man, you've never been in entrepreneurship. You don't know this. You don't know that. You're looking at it from a different lens, a different perspective. You don't understand what I see. Well, what do you see? Then I can't explain it. Well, I see just they're flawed in their character.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying they've done anything wrong thus far. And then time goes on.
She was right.
And then
Every
I have
time.
to go and say,
Baby, you were right.
Yes.
right.
Because you got to think when you watch a basketball game, it's easy to analyze that basketball game when you're watching it. But when you're in the
That's
game,
true.
you're making decisions that like you wouldn't have normally made if you were looking outside of it. And that's what your wife has the front row seat to your life.
Let's get his best friend thing out. I want to get back to this though.
Uh-oh.
Your wife your best friend?
My wife is 1,000,000% my best friend. And she
Your wife's
has
your best
grown
My
into
wife
it
is
too, like you
been
said.
my best friend.
My
Y'all
wife
married?
grew into it though.
Single? Your wife your best? I know your wife's your best. Y'all dress up together. Y'all wear the same outfits and stuff. Y'all be
That's a
having
good
a
post.
time.
Should your wife be
I
your
don't.
best friend?
Yeah, I don't know if I subscribe. It just seems unfair, bro.
Man, I don't know.
Every
My wife has
every important decision that you make, your wife is involved with.
This
it.
is true.
For sure.
How is that? How is that? That has to be your best friend.
even when
Or
you
if
make
it's
the-
not, you have to build that relationship for it to be your best friend.
even when you don't know she's a part of the decision, she's part of the decision.
Yeah, for
Shit
sure.
part of
It's
everything.
like that's what I said. It's like everything that y'all saying. Like I'm like here, like yup. Because every time my wife says something about somebody, I'm like yup. But that's goes back to what I was like. Man, I work to make my wife life as easy as possible, so she could see things I can't see. Like there's many times where she's like, nah, I don't. I hear you, but I don't think that's the right move. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. But you don't know this. Oh, she knows. Because she has the ability to pay attention to stuff that I can't see, like he just said. Like I'm not like I'm in the game and she's watching from the side, like, oh, you don't see what's happening. You don't see that back door cut happening on the other side,
on.
but I see it. So
Yeah. My wife is my partner. We're doing life together. My life part. If it was between my wife and my best friend, I'm choosing my wife
right.
all day long. But I just feel like I don't know if I can classify my wife.
Well, what's your definition of a best friend?
I've never defined it.
Think about it. If you said it right off the tip of your tongue, what is your definition?
I guess it'd be some of the same characteristics. Got my back. We've been through some stuff. I can talk to than without judgment. I think it's some of the same things.
Like, God forbid, if you get in an accident, who's the first person you call?
My wife.
If something
But
great happens,
I don't think that
if
that
you hit a million
necessarily-
views, who's the first person you're gonna call?
Calling Armani. Armani, we've done it. But also, I'm not like celebratory like that though.
When you close on that you just close on a property, right?
Well, no, the one we sold months ago.
You sold, then aren't you buying?
I'm looking at one. Yeah, we supposed.
Well,
to
when you
close
sold the property and made money on it,
Yeah.
who was the first person you called?
My
'Cause-
wife, like, I'm on the way home after the closing. But I mean, seriously, that's the thing.
I mean,
But I wouldn't call my best friend either. It's not like that's my thing.
when you're
I
excited
am
to
not-
tell somebody stuff, and when you excited to share information, when you enjoy being that person's presence, when a person's not with you, you think about them. Like if you're going to travel and they're not there, and you want to buy something from them because you think that'll be beneficial to them.
Yes,
Those
I
are
do
all the
that-
traits
all
of
those-
your best friend.
No.
Just
No,
because
I
you don't
don't buy.
believe.
I'm not out of town, and I'm like, yo, ooh, my best friend, he's like
So,
that.
so,
I'm
so
not doing
if your
it.
best
My
friend,
wife,
your
yes.
best friend drinks this particular liquor, right? And they don't have like white Hennessy when white Hennessy was popping.
Yeah.
And you know your best friend drinks white Hennessy, and you go to Bahamas and they sell white Hennessy, you're gonna pick a bottle for a white Hennessy for your best friend,
If
right?
I'm being honest, I wouldn't think about it. I'd be like, yo, we had a
Well,
time
maybe you're
out
not a
there.
good friend.
I'm like, we had a time out there, my boy. They had a white Hennessy. Yeah, you should have got me something. You know what? I should have got
That's
you.
what
But
they say, right?
If he tells me to get something on the way back, my best friend, I got you. But I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's so different.
What is
bro.
one thing your wife really loves?
my
Like
wife
a
loves?
thing, not like
Perfume?
perfume.
Yeah.
So if you've seen a perfume, do you even notice when it's out or not, or no?
She's
You pay
loves
attention
all
to-
kind of perfumes though.
But like one perfume that she really loves.
I don't. She likes a lot. She talks about a lot of them. I don't know.
Have you ever purchased perfume for her?
Yeah.
Just because?
Mhm.
Not like on a birthday?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. But I'm also one of those people where I don't want to get the wrong thing either. I'd rather we going out. You like that? I got you, boo.
It's possible that she could be your best friend.
Yeah,
You
he just
define
doesn't.
it
He
as
don't
it.
know.
You
He don't
it.
know.
I
it.
don't define
He
it
don't know
that
it.
way.
Yeah, that's
You don't know it.
That's yes. I talk to her more than anybody in the world. We share wins together. I know she has my back 1,000% in any situation. She's the closest person to me that I would even think of outside of my mother when she was here. Because growing up, that was the closest person to me. So that is my wife today. But I just don't see it as comparing a wife to a best friend.
friend.
Look at that last
I
comment.
want you around.
Oh my
all the
gosh,
time.
here we go.
It's your best friend.
Oh, are we on?
I'm not gonna read it out loud.
Where are we at? He's on YouTube.
On YouTube.
What? Dave isn't giving no effort.
Yo, your comments is mean, man. What's going on with your comments,
Hey,
man?
because this is a safe space to share what's on your mind.
I mean, I think
And-
it is. I think it is his best friend. It's just he just defines it differently.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but you can't, because I don't call my wife my best friend, we can't say that I'm not giving effort.
Let me ask you a question. Maybe has best friend always been something outside of like? So it's like, no, that's not my family. That's my best friend. You know, that's not my partner. That's my best friend. Like, does the best friend has to be like a friend, an actual friend to you?
I
Can
think
a best
so.
friend only be a friend?
Yeah.
How do you have a best friend that's not a friend?
You get what I'm saying? Because my wife is my best friend. So if I was to talk to Michael and I say, hey, I would never introduce, hey, Michael, this is my friend. This is my wife.
Yeah.
But my wife is also my best friend. So I'm looking at that situation. I could say, you know what? Damn, you my wife now, so you're not qualified to be my best friend because you a wife.
Yeah.
So I got to get me a best friend.
I wouldn't put it that
Is that
way.
two
Like, you're
different
not
you know what I'm saying?
qualified to be my best
Nah.
friend. Is my wife my friend? Yes. Is my wife my partner? I wouldn't classify my best friend as my partner in doing life together. We are on this journey together, and we are going to fight hand and foot through this life.
You know
right?
also what I'm just thinking about?
Maybe I just don't say it the way
I'm just thinking more of like, is the only reason she's not your best friend is because she's your wife.
Well, look at this, because you met her and you got married in 6 months.
Yes.
So how much of a friendship was developed in that 6 months?
It was
Were you always courting her?
always cool.
You never really got to like, kind of like, enjoy her as just like a person, or was it always dates?
I enjoyed her.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed my life. You know what I mean? But I don't know from day one.
They say the enjoyment goes down after marriage. Is that true?
No. But what I'm saying, if you ask her, so the person in the chat said Dave gives no effort because I don't call my wife my best friend. But my wife would say, I'm giving effort. What does giving effort look like? Well, I don't get silent and shut down as much as I used to. Mm-hmm. That's me giving effort because that's hard for me. So I'll block off days to make sure we spend time with the family. Mm-hmm. That is me giving effort. When I first met her, I'm grinding. I built a t-shirt brand called Sleep is for Suckers. We grind, we work. Yeah. So somebody else's view of, he don't call her his best friend. I made this post, and it was so funny. I was talking about how I proposed to my wife. And it wasn't on one knee. There was no flowers. I was leaving my best friend's house. And we were walking out.
Ex-best friend.
We were walking out.
Changing the mindset.
I don't know if it was the drinks or whatever. I remember it was raining that day. And actually, her sister was with us. Her sister gets in the car. And I was like, you want to get married?
Like, just say that?
Yeah, just like that. Very casual.
That's how you did it?
That's how I did it.
That's what was like
So I was like recanting the story on.
How did she respond?
She was like, really? What do you mean? What? She's like confusion. Like, really? I said, yeah, you want to get married?
When did you know you wanted to marry her?
It was a couple days before, and I was actually talking to my best friend. I was like, man.
No point intended. Ever since he's saying
ever since you met his best friend, right?
His best friend.
I said, I think I'm gonna marry her, bro. And he was like, word? I was like, yeah.
Was you scared on the ask?
No.
You weren't scared?
Scared of what?
He asked, but you like to me. You asked the way you.
You know what? Because if you
get
down on knee, you couldn't. The embarrassment.
It was a light drizzle. It was like
the embarrassment wouldn't have been bad for a no in that sense.
It wouldn't have been.
You want to get
for
married? No.
And the way he asked.
That's what I'm saying.
He asked it so. Hey, you want to get married? And she says, no. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
No. But this was like he's always been protecting himself.
Exactly.
He's protecting himself. He doesn't put himself out there. And that's why, he doesn't release his feelings because and this is a part of him protecting himself. If he would have made it a spectacle and got down on one knee, you would have felt like you gave someone permission to embarrass you or to hurt you. Okay. And it's probably harder for you to do that. So therapy, man.
You're protected. Your communication is very protected.
So am I a bad person for me being the way I am?
No.
So my point is, when I made that post, they was like, oh my gosh, you put no effort into the proposal. My reply was, well, I put all the effort into the marriage. And we're together 5-6 years.
Come on now.
Yeah.
She will tell you that I'm one of the best things that ever happened to her. She's one of the best things that ever happened to me too, because I'm growing and you can't force me to be a person that shares feelings when I haven't done it for 40 years. Mm-hmm. So when we say effort, my wife will every now and again, she'll be like, oh, you working on that. I haven't given my wife the silent treatment in at least 12 months. At least.
Oh, you're good at that too, the silent treatment?
I'm real good at that.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah, that's the...
What? I invented that move.
Oh, you invented that move?
Oh, my gosh.
How long would you go?
Oh, days.
Wow.
And she'll say, I mean, it's not like I won't say it. If you want something to eat, I'm like, yeah, what you got? All right, cool. But she knows there's a thing here.
Yeah.
But
that's me.
I'm just one of them people, bro.
I just feel like if you're upset, if I speak to you when I'm upset, I just think that it's not going to be a good situation. So let me calm down. I mean, that's the normal thing, right? You know what I'm saying?
That's how I think too.
But now it's getting when therapy, because this is what I'm in now, therapy. Now I'm learning and getting tools to help me with when I'm upset or when I'm to be able to articulate my thoughts during the time I'm upset. Mm-hmm. So, everything goes back to therapy, bro.
It is crazy. You said that like, when you say we went to therapy, this is right before we got married, which is crazy. Like literally right before we got married, before I proposed to her. And I said, I hate therapy. I don't know why I'm here. I'm just here. But I learned one thing. I got one thing in therapy that changed my entire life, my marriage and everything. And I'll give it exactly what it was. I told her, we were having a conversation and I said something about flowers. And I'm like, I hate flowers. I don't understand the point of flowers. I buy flowers. Within an hour, the flowers is dead, et cetera, et cetera. And she said to me, she said, it's not about what you feel about flowers. It's about how it makes your partner feel when she receives them.
Mm-hmm.
And I said,
That's good.
I said to myself, I said, so what if you just apply that to everything? And I literally, from that moment, I started doing things not based on how it made me feel or what I cared about, but how it made my wife feel. And I started putting more intentions onto the things that I did for my wife. And in turn, it made me a happy person.
Come on.
And I realized that sometimes, you know, we like marriage is the exact opposite of what you think it is. It's not about you, oh, well, I'm just not happy. It's realizing that you find happiness in making your partner happy. It's the exact opposite. And I started to realize that. And I said, man, I'm finna live my life like this. So I always do things not based on how I feel, because I don't need it, to be honest. I don't need to hold hands. I don't need to wear matching, what's we call this? I don't need to say I love you. But now I make sure in my house, I make sure at least once a week that I verbally say it, not text it and say I love you. And I make sure at least once a week I stop my wife, regardless of what she's doing. And I say, it's time to let's bring it in, let's have a hug. Let's just hug. Right? I don't feel I need it, but I know how it makes her feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to say I love you to know that I love my wife, but it's not about how I feel. It's about how when I say it to her, how it makes her feel.
This is really therapeutic for me, guy.
No,
real talk. Like this
her
is
love language. Learning her love language.
That's
It's
good.
really important. Learning her love language. Once you learn her love language, it makes it easier to please her.
Absolutely.
I mean, unless you're dealing with some stuff yourself.
Well,
So I'm just it's so good. Like you said, this is therapeutic because I'm realizing even my own flaws, and I'm not like bragging about how I feel, or I'm not bragging about me being kind of like this. I don't know if I use the word stoic like that, but I'm growing and hearing you all conversate, yo, my best friend, and it makes me think I'm not holding on to my belief that my wife isn't my best friend. I'm actually thinking through like, okay, why am I looking at this from this perspective? And maybe I need to do something different. Not that I believe it automatically right now, because I think we're okay, but I know we can be better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've been on this topic too long, because I know they eat me up in the comments. Let's wrap this up. Last question or two. What would your wife say you still need to work on today, this day? What would your wife say you still need to work on?
I mean, that's easy. Communication for me, like communicating and hearing her. Those are probably the two things, because
You don't hear her.
I don't communicate. Well, I'm working on communicating in a better way, especially when something's bothering me, letting her know. That's why I say you got to let them know when something's bothering you, that either she did or even I did, and hearing her, seeing her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, women want to be seen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that you didn't know how hard it was to take care of the kids in the house, you was like, oh, that's easy. You're supposed to do that. I pay all the bills, you do all that. But then when you got into that and you had to do it, that was like the time you seen her.
Mm-hmm.
So like seeing her, what she sacrifices, the things that she do. Because this is another thing too I wanted to ask. I read this book. I wish I knew the name of the book. But a lot of men don't feel like they have to submit to their wife as well.
When you say submit, what you mean?
Submit to my wife. Like I'm submitting to you. Just like, people be laughing and say funny, I'm my wife's bitch and stuff like that. But the reality is, like, sometimes you have to sit down and let her do what she needs to do. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, she has to be, a decision maker, or she has to lead in certain things. Like, you don't have to lead everything,
100%.
And I think it's hard for men to submit to their wife in a certain way.
Yeah,
so I think, those are all the things I've been working on.
Got it. JD.
It would definitely be about the time and energy that I give into my kids, which people probably who know me would probably be like, but you always doing stuff with your kids and you're always giving energy to your kids. But I think my wife wants me to participate more in there, because I can be present, but am I really? You know, like I'm there. If I'm at the game and I'm at the game, but hey, I'm on a quick meeting real quick. Am I really at the game? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I know it's been the common theme. I think I've got to a place where for most of her needs, I'm pretty much I've gotten a lot better with that. But I think the one thing that she would say, hey, you still need to work on is that energy and effort that you put into your business, into everything else. I need you to actually put that into the kids, not just being there, but like just being present.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. What does that work look like?
It's really when it goes back to like when I was saying like making the hard decisions. It's really what I'm working for. It's exactly that. But I understand that in life, like there's seasons, and I just understand that if I can just do what I need to do and accomplish these goals I need to accomplish in 2026, it'll free up my time to where I don't have to be taking a call while I'm at my son's basketball game or while I'm at the practice. I can be fully present there. And I told her, I said, the other day, I said, no, my goal is to be able to just put the phone down, put everything down, and be able to sit with my son and just play video games for a day. Like, I would just love to do that, right? And I feel like I'm getting there, but I know, like, right now, I have to make the decision, but I do also understand the end goal. I understand what the results look like, and that's always been, I'm not the person that say something, I'm not going to do it. Like, when we had this conversation next year, you're going to see exactly what I said I was going to do. I did it. And this is the result of it. I've always been that way. Like I'm gonna go hard and get exactly what I want. So for me, the work looks like just continuing what I've been doing and doing things that, you know, which is a lot. I've been hiring a lot of people. And you know, like I was Dion, my boy, one of my mentors, he like we do these 5-day events and he's like doing a lot of the meetings. He's doing a lot of it. And I said, well, I hired these people to do that. He said, well, you'll probably convert more if you was doing it yourself. I said, I understand that. But that's not my end goal. I said, I'd rather them get in the game right now. I can lose. I'll sacrifice the money right now, but they're going to get better. And eventually, I'm not going to have to give that my time. Smart. But if I keep doing it, I'm going to always have to be there. But that's not my goal. I moved to Atlanta because I said, by the end of 2026, I finna have this time. I want to have that time freedom, right? Because people talk about freedom. You got time freedom and financial freedom. Most people got the financial freedom. They ain't got the damn time freedom. Mm-hmm. But having time freedom and financial freedom at the same time, that's real freedom for me. Yeah. And that's what I'm looking for.
Well said, though.
Mine would be you from Atlanta. You said
my son said that too.
Let's get it. So mine would be the communication part, but just not placing my desired result for her. What I mean by that is we want time freedom, financial freedom, things like that. But my best friend, Joshua Rico, his wife told him something as he started his journey, and it hit me, even though my wife never said it. She was like, I actually liked it better whenever we were broke. Because the time and things that you can instill, the time that you have together, because let me tell y'all something, that broke love is different. I'll be real with y'all. That broke love is completely different. Yeah. So with me, it would be that is not putting what the desired life looks like for me, which would be complete financial freedom. We can go wherever we want to go, however long we want to go with whoever we want to do it with. And that's not her goal. So, you know, my wife's career is in, you know, she worked with children that's in child advocacy. And that's purpose work for her, therapeutic for her. My goal is like, listen, I'm trying to retire you so you can stay home with our kids. But allowing her to operate in where she flourishes at is one thing that I would say that I struggle with.
Well said. Well, I don't struggle with anything, so I'm going to give y'all the last question. We about to wrap up. I think I've already said too much. I think I shared all of my struggles already. But I want to wrap up, man, with this question. You can obviously let everybody know how to get in touch with you and also give your wife a message. What advice would you give a rich husband? And when I say a rich husband, someone that is building a business, they got the money, they got the stuff. What advice would you give a rich husband? We're going to start with you, Doug.
Sit back, reflect, and listen. Just that simple. Sit back, reflect on what you are seeing. Because you can't see certain things because, like they said, you can have sight with no vision. whenever you in the chaos of things, kind of like what Mike said, whenever you in the game, you can't see what's going on the opposite end of the court. You locked in right here on what you're focused on. So whenever I say sit back and reflect, analyze what your wife is telling you without actually telling you. Actions speak louder than words. We've learned that since we were a kid. So whenever you sit back and reflect, you'll be able to get different things that you would have never taken away if you were locked in and you trying to do this and bills paid. Why we talking about this? Why do you want to sit down and budget if the bills on auto pay? I'm so confused by that. So sitting back, reflecting, and just analyzing in place and listening to what they have to say without them saying it.
Well said. Let everybody know how to get in touch with you, then give a message to your wife in front of all these people.
At Dub Washington on all social media platforms. And I would say to my most beautiful, amazing wife, without you, there is no me. You made me a father. You made me a husband. You showed me how to be a man more than my own father ever did.
Wow, well said.
That's deep.
Yes,
That's strong.
Money Mike, talk to me, man. What advice would you give a rich husband?
So I'm gonna just keep it straight. I'm no shot. Is because you've accumulated so much success, the success brings opportunity, right? And some of those opportunities aren't opportunities you should be taking advantage of. So I would say the grass isn't greener on the other side. Don't listen to the devil voice on your shoulder, and don't let the money get to your head. Don't let the fame get to your head. Don't control your ego. That's what I'm gonna say. Control your ego, and I think life would be great for you.
I love it, man. Let everybody know how to get in touch with you, and then talk to your wife in front of all these people.
I mean, how could I follow that? I mean,
That's crazy. Yeah.
follow me everywhere. Michael J. McDonald. That's MichaelJMacDonald on everywhere. And what I would say to my wife, baby, my best friend, I love you. You inspire me. And I appreciate everything you've sacrificed for our family. And I love the way you pour into me, and you've made me a better person. So 2026 is for you, baby. I love you.
I'm waiting on the tear. It's coming.
Nah.
Thank you so much, my
Can't show
brother.
your feelings. Remember that's what they said.
JD, talk to me, man. What advice would you give to a rich husband?
Man, after what Michael said, it's when you seriously, like when you start making money and you have the things, there's gonna be other women. They see what you have, and not only they see what you have, they see how you treat your partner, and they want that. And I believe marriage is a series of answered questions, right? Your wife may be the answer to all these questions that you've been looking for, all these things, all the solutions to the problems that you have. Like she's everything that you want. And the moment she's not the answer to one question, it doesn't mean that you got to go find the answer somewhere else. Because she may not be the answer. She may not do things the way you want in one or two or even three areas of your life. But if you look at it from the opposite, if I got 97 out of 100 right, she's still 97%.
Yeah.
But you gonna go and try to get the answer for one question, and that's only 1-2%. So you chase it. You going to sacrifice 1% when you got 97% sitting at home right in front of you.
Well said.
Yeah, it's true.
Well said. That's good.
Yeah.
True.
That's good. Let everybody know how to get in touch with you, and then give a tailored message to your wife.
Okay, so you guys connect with me mainly on Instagram at the J Dinkins. That's THE, the letter J DINKINS. And to my wife, everything I ever am and everything I ever will be is because of you. Girl, when I wake up next to you, the sun shines so much brighter.
Play the violins. Come on.
No, but seriously, my wife, she absolutely changed everything in my world. I tell her all the time, she taught me how to become a man. I had no intentions of marrying anyone, never thought about marriage until I met my wife. And she's just made me who I am. Like literally everything that I do, every piece of success that I've ever created is because of her. And that's why I live to make you happy. Everything that I do is literally to make my wife happy and to set y'all up for if there ever becomes a day where I'm not around, I want to make sure that my wife, my kids, my family is good forever. And that's why I go as hard as I do. And it's because of you.
Yo, listen, you know my favorite line?
Talk to me.
I tell my wife, I say, all you gotta do is just breathe. I take care of the rest. Come on, that's
Just
it.
breathe.
That's all you gotta do is just breathe. You
That's
take
it.
care of the rest. That's
Yes,
it.
sir. Man, thank y'all so much for coming, bro. This was eye-opening for me. I learned a lot. And if I was going to talk to a rich husband, somebody that's building something big, one thing I learned is that life and your outcomes is just a series of decisions. So everything you decide to do will show up at some point. So if I got this fear that my kids won't rock with me like that, bro. I know some people where their kids grew up and they don't rock with their parents.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that's a part of decisions that we made along the way. Like the decision to go out and get the bag. Let's go get another X amount of dollars. Let's miss everything because I'm building something for you. And if it takes 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and you finally get there but lose your kids, I promise you'll probably want to give the money back.
Right.
So that's what I would say to someone that's building a dream. But to my wife, I would say, I thank you for your patience. I am broken in so many ways. And she's just patient. I know she's listening to this. And when I get home, so what you mean by that? I know it's happening, but she's been really, really patient with me because of my upbringing and my lack of my ability to even share how I feel. And I've been growing because of her patience and her saying, okay, well, it's okay. Just trying to make it a safe space for me. And you are a superhero. So love you, honey. I was trying to cry. I tried. I tried to manufacture a tear, bro. That didn't work. But thank y'all so much, man. If y'all enjoyed this, please go follow these gentlemen. Y'all, I called y'all because you all are good at business, but also good at home and good human beings, right? There's certain people that are killing it in business that their husbands, I wouldn't even think to call them. It's just, it doesn't make sense. So thank y'all so much for coming out, man. Listen, family, follow my boys, and I'll see y'all next week.
Later.
Peace
Take it
out.
easy.